My Hensight bowls have helped me achieve my greatest dreams, one of the most special being a gold medal at the Commonwealth Games. No matter where I am in the world, my Hensight bowls suit any surface and feel comfortable in the hand.
The Traralgon Bowls Club. Amazing food for you and your family. Function rooms for celebrating with your friends. Corporate spaces for meetings and conferences. With special benefits for members. Visit us today at the Traralgon Bowls Club. More than just a bowls club.
The Morwell Bowling Club is your place for fun and food. Come and try bowls and make new friends. Have coffee or bring the family for lunch or dinner. The Morwell Bowling Club. Visit us today on Hazelwood Road.
Welcome back to the 2025 Henselite Victorian Open. We're back at Traralgon Bowls Club, bringing you last 32 action in the men's singles draw. This matchup should be a cracker. Michael Stevenson, who we saw on the stream yesterday from Essendon, lining up against Nathan Black of Adelaide and Yarraville Footscray. My name's Glenn Saditis, and I've got the pleasure of being joined by our very own State Representative, Tyson Cromie. Welcome, mate.
Hello, Glenn. Thank you for having me.
Obviously would rather be out there playing, but how have you found your week so far?
Yeah, definitely. Would have liked to have still been going, but unfortunately wasn't to be today. Had a reasonable event so far. Made the quarterfinals of the mixed with Marley Malcolm to be outdone by Matt Robertson and Leanne Paulson. On an extra end, which was a little bit unfortunate for us, but well played to them. And then still lucky enough to be going in the men's pairs with Pidge. So we'll play semi-final on Sunday.
Right. You've done a good job of choosing teammates there, playing with Pidge, who's had some all-time form this week. And Marley obviously teamed up with last year after the winning the competition to play with you, and no doubt you've seen her jump in leaps and bounds in the last 12 months. Yeah,
definitely. Her progression over 12 months was pretty good to see. She's obviously come on in leaps and bounds. Won the Eastern Ranges Champion of Champions. I think she's only 14 years old, so that's a bloody good effort to win a Champion of Champions at any age, let alone at 14. And then, as you said, Pidge has been in some red-hot form. A part of the Yarraville Footscray team that won the Metropolitan Premier League. So he's obviously been in good form, and hopefully he can continue that on Sunday for us.
Speaking of that Yarraville Footscray Premiership team, we've got Nathan Black here now. Had a fairly solid week. Got knocked out in the quarterfinal of the triples. Made it to the knockout stages and got done in the round of 32 in the pairs, playing with Millsy. Trip back to Adelaide in the middle of that to play a grand final. Have you had much chance to play against Nathan before?
I played a little bit of juniors against him. I think he's a couple of years younger than me. So one of my first series in under-18s against SA was sort of against Nathan. We sort of had a few battles back in the day. Sort of haven't played a lot against him in more recent years.
Nathan playing some weight on the forehand here, trying to get through both of Michael Stevenson's bowls. Just catches the front and runs away.
He's another bloke that's obviously pretty good form. November, take out the MVP of the BPL in his first event. Was fantastic for Nathan. And Michael, I watched a little bit of that game from the other day. Yesterday, I think it was, and he looked like in pretty good form himself, so it should be a cracking matchup here today.
Yeah, absolutely. Who's your pick?
I'm gonna go Michael by 2 shots.
Oh, giving us shots as well. We haven't had that throughout the week. We've put some people on the spot to choose their winners, but choosing a shot early on, I like that. Now, on the journey here, Michael has knocked off a few big names along the way. Round of 64 beat Dan Priddle 21-11. Of course, we saw Dan on the stream the other day. In the round of 128, he beat Big Kevy Anderson 21-13. As we said in that sectional play yesterday, beat Nate Zeno on the stream 21-13 after a 17-21 loss to Ian J.R. Ewing, the state coach. But had enough shots in his pocket to clear the section either way. Drawing beautifully onto the jack there. On the other side of things, Nathan Black knocked off Aaron Betts in the round of 64, and in the round of 128 beat Harry Coleman 21-15. His section was taken care of pretty easily. 21-6 over Joel Sosby and 21-7 over Mick Curran. So both players in good form, and we've seen a fairly high standard to start off this affair.
Be interesting to see what side of the rink the players sort of try and play. I know when I played on it a few days ago, it sort of seemed like the ditch side was marginally kinder. I don't know if that's been a common theme throughout the week or not.
Yeah, it has been in a big way. We've been joking about it as one of the easiest hands in Australia to play because everyone gets on. You can miss a little bit narrow or miss wide, and they're still all going to finish within a bowl or two of the centre line. I'm not sure whether you can confirm or not, but it seems to be that it's a little bit easier to play conversion shots on the inside of the rink just because everything does return to centre on that wide side. If you need to cross the head or need to play something wide, then it can be difficult on that ditch side.
Yeah, definitely. I think you sort of the inside sort of side of the green, definitely it's a little bit easier to play those conversion shots because you know it's just going to hold. Where, as we see, Michael play a pretty good shot there, a little bit stiff. But the ditch side is certainly a little bit easier to draw, and I certainly felt anyway. And as you said, it sort of seems to be the theme throughout the week.
Our marker for this game, Bowlsvik Hall of Famer, life member, John Roberts. He's got the blue paddles for the blue and white Optimas that Nathan Black is using, as well as his blue shirt. Michael Stevenson in his red Essendon shirt will get the red paddles throughout this game for those watching at home. Alana Flapper in the comments saying, "G'day Tyson," and let's go Michael. Obviously her Essendon teammate there.
I think she'll be barracking for Uncle Matty, and looks like he started off okay, 3-0 over there.
Yes, we do have every rink on this indoor green at Traralgon being used right now. We'll bring you scores throughout the game. Of course, all of them around 32 matchups. We've got Todd Trewarn playing Chris Bortignon, Dean Andrew against Craig Mills. Bailey Randall is playing Ryan Bedgegood. The winner of that game will play the winner of this stream matchup. David Ashby matches up against Mitch Sidebottom. Matt Flapper has Corey Davey. Gareth Drusco against Ben Hubber, and Will Anger against Mark Pozza.
Not sure what the story is on Rink 1, but it doesn't sort of seem like there's been any bowls played. Will's sort of...
I would gather that Mark was in a full-blown test match over at Newborough. Game went very long, right up to the time limit, and has had to make his transport arrangements to get over here. So they'll be starting a little bit later than the others, just to allow for that travel time. Number of players in this round have all come over from Newborough earlier in the day. Of course, using two locations today for the men's side of the draw. Everyone has been either at Traralgon here or over at Sale, where there's a few other games being played. A few cracking matchups over there as well. We've got Ray Jansen playing Brad Pavey, your Ocean Grove teammate. A few people picked him for the singles this week. Looked to be in fine touch with 4 bowls.
2023 champion. I'm sure he'll go all right. He was a little bit disappointed with how he went in a couple of the other events, but talking to him, he sounded pretty motivated to redeem himself a little bit in this one and try and do what he did a couple of years ago.
Michael Funk plays Brett Marnie over at Sale. Frank Dalton matches up against Mark Petty. Ashley Beckwith, who we saw progress fairly well in the... Was it the pairs or the mixed pairs? One of those two. Up against Matty Curter. Of course, last year went rather deep in the event as well. Kobe Barton up against Stephen Zymond. Robert Dawson against Matty O'Brien. Thor Shannon plays Dylan Morrison out of Dandenong Club. And Mark Lord plays Zach Wanning in an Eastern Rangers matchup over at Sale.
Yeah, that's what you expect at this stage of the event. Plenty of good matchups there. Certainly wouldn't like to be trying to pick a winner just yet. A lot of good players still left in the draw. As we see Nathan draw a front toucher there.
Well, you've gone above and beyond here, choosing a 2-shot win to Michael before the game. I'm going to give you the challenge. I want a winner now for the total event, but it can't be tangles and it can't be paddles. Who's your non-Ocean Grove category of who's going to win the whole thing?
Oh, a tough one. Give me a couple minutes to think about that.
No, fair enough. Chopper call us in the comments asking how old the young fella in red is this game. Did have a good laugh yesterday when he went up to buy a can of Coke and did get asked for ID. He took his hat off and said, "Are you sure you still need that?" Good bowling there from Nathan. Bit stiff to fatten that target out. And with that width of target now, we see Michael Stevenson playing weight at it. Clears them both out.
A good hit by Michael, as you said, Nathan, a little bit stiff to fatten that target up, but certainly a very high quality start to this match, that's for sure.
Of course, as it has done throughout the week, Traralgon Bowls Club starting to fill up. These knockout days have been electric. People losing games, but it means that they've got some more bowls to hang around and watch. Plenty of activity happening here. Henselite stall being guarded by Layella all week. $50 off every set of Henselite bowls sold at this Victorian Open. And Campbell's been there at the AM Sportswear stall. AM Sportswear, Bowls Victoria's apparel partner. Both have been rather busy throughout the week. Plenty of good product there.
I've been here a few days, and nearly every day there's been some sort of sales going on over in the little pop-up shops, and it'll be a pretty good week for them, I would imagine.
Yes.
As we see Michael run out Nathan's bowl.
Does he stay far enough? Oh, it's going to be up and down whether he's run too far there after contact. Got the bowl fat to help him slow, but they will have a look at the second.
Played a runner with his third bowl, and probably could have drawn the shot, but he chose to play the runner again with his fourth and never really looked like missing.
Just claiming the one there. Of course, we are playing 21 up here. We've got a 2.25 hour time limit. Dead ends will be replayed at this Victorian Open. The only exception to that is if time expires, the last end will be respotted instead. How have you found that change this year, Tice?
I think it's been good. There hasn't been too many games, I don't think, that have been timed out. You might have a couple of dead ends, but not a whole bunch in a game. So I think it's been good. It adds another element when choosing your shot selection. You don't have to worry about whether you're up or down on the tee. You just see the shot that seems fit. I'm going to come back to you with that question. I'm going to run with Mitch Sidebottom if I can't pick paddles or Matt. No, I'm going to go with Mitchy Sidebottom.
He has been playing very, very well this week. Obviously, through to the semi-finals of the mixed pairs, through to the men's triples final as well. Seen him a couple of times on the stream, and he has had them on a rope.
Yeah, we played beside him in the mix the other night, and you could have put a 10-cent coin down on the green and he would have landed it on it. The way he was going, he was brilliant.
A little bit loose there from Michael on the hand change.
What about yourself, Glenn? Who are you running with for your prediction?
Let me have a look. I'll bring up the staff tipping that we did throughout the week. We each got to choose 2 entrants in every event.
Very good. As we
That
say,
meant that we
good
could,
one by Nathan.
Could choose ourselves if we wanted to back ourselves in, or if any of our co-workers we wanted to choose, we could do as well. I went with 2 players that are still alive. Todd Trewarn and Brett Marnie were my 2 picks.
Yeah, two pretty good choices there. Both still alive, so certainly in the running.
Mark Coleman and JR both had you.
I'm sorry to disappoint you boys, but I chucked them everywhere.
We got Tony went with Craig Mills and Nathan Black. fair choices. Matty Curter got a mention in there. Cam Keenan, who unfortunately couldn't make it past his section. Aaron Betts was on the list there. Kevy, Paddles. Certainly been mixed around. And the women's competition wide open as well. We just saw an amazing display of draw bowls from Selena Goddard in the previous stream. I was taking stats for that game and she went at over 75% effective rate on the draw.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's hard to lose games like that.
No, I don't think you get beat too often if you do that.
And it was no discredit to Triss either. She was up above 55% as well and just had nowhere to run.
That's good going, and it's what you'd expect. Two high-quality players deep in a competition like this.
It's a good bad bowl from Steve-O there. Has the one, protects it a little bit. Probably forces Nathan Black's hand here to sit the bowl or trail.
He's a little bit stiff with his last, Nathan. He played good weight and just sort of cut the jack down the line to Michael's bowl.
Doesn't want to get Michael through the jack here because that could turn it into 3. So he needs to play on the tighter side of that bowl. Will play running weight.
It looks like he's close to the jack here.
Hold to the jack.
Good
Middles
hit.
it right on top. That'll be one to Nathan Black. Which leaves us at 3 shots to 2 after 4 ends of action here at the round of 32 2025 Henselite Victorian Open. Of course, can't run these events without our partners. We've got Latrobe City Council, Traralgon and Morwell Bowls Clubs, and Destination Gippsland as our major partners alongside Henselite. Interesting that Nathan's playing a slightly shorter length. I would have thought that he'd be more of the T2T variety, but that's where Michael's been starting off today.
A couple of times that I have played against Nathan over the years, he actually has generally liked the shorter length. I think even when they played the BPL in November when he won the MVP, their length seemed to be a little bit more shorter than longer.
Coming off those quick South Australian greens.
Yeah, I would say that would probably have something to do with it. Yeah, good start there by Michael. Couple bowls short of Jack there.
It's been interesting as we've seen the Jack further up throughout the week. There's been that little bit less drop there and seeing those bowls hanging out that touch wide of that centre line. As easy as that hand has been to play, most of the time we've seen it down near the chalk line. Of course, what it means is there is that bowl to sit on the way down to Jack.
Michael will be looking to just tidy this up a little bit. Couple of turns out of his own or just sneak past. With Nathan having 2 bowls past the Jack early. He's played it well, but he's made a bit of a target there.
Naomi Cartwright, no live scoring in this round. Obviously, we've got games here and over in Sale at the moment. The women are on the outside green, just not able to cover all of it, but we will be able to give you some updates on the indoor rinks as Nathan Black gets down to Jack there and makes 3 out of it. Michael Stevenson with the forced hand change over onto the backhand side now, the inner side of this rink.
It's a pretty good changeover, all down to his speed now.
That works.
Oh, what a shot. Good shot by Nathan to trail the jack, and an even better response by Michael. Virtually a back toucher there. As we see Todd Trewarn play a bomb on the rink next door.
For a bit of a quick update there, Todd Trewarn leads 3-2, but has 3 to under a foot as we speak now over Chris Bortignon. The rink next door, Dean Andrew trails Craig Mills 2-7.
Just trying to land the bowl out. Just a fraction high, but still a chance off the wide one.
See if Malcolm Stevenson can repeat the dosage here and add a second shot in. Go to the next rink, of which the winner will play the winner of this stream matchup. And that's all square at 3 apiece between Bailey Randall and Ryan Bedgegood. Not bad here from Steve-O. Needs to hurry past that front one. Not going to. Another one.
Yeah, we just said that Todd Trewarn had 3 bowls inside a dinner plate. Oh, look, the 3 of them have just disappeared.
Left him 3 down. 4 down. Doesn't have any bowls left on the green. As we move across the green, Dave Ashby trails Mitch side bottom, 1-4. Matt Flapper has a 5-2 lead over Corey Davey at this stage. Gareth Drusco trails Ben Hubber 3-8. We're still waiting for that last rink to commence with the travel over.
Another good start by Michael.
Been talking about it throughout the last couple of days of singles, the importance of that first bowl, jack to bowl rhythm to start the end off.
It'd be interesting to see the percentage of who held shot after the first bowl to how often they go on to win the end. I think it would be more often than not. As you said, in singles, that first bowl pressure is more important than anything. If you can get off to a good start each end, you're putting the pressure on the opposition straight away.
Yeah, absolutely. We've talked about it a few times throughout the week, and I'll get your answer, but I won't be surprised if it goes there. Most formats give the mat away. Singles keep it.
Yeah, for me personally, yes, definitely.
It's been unanimous across the week. For everyone that we've asked over the last couple of days of singles play, just wanting to get that rhythm, get that control.
Yeah, definitely. I can understand the other point of view is that you've got last bowl, but if you can get in that rhythm early, find your length and jump on straight away, and puts the pressure on from the first bowl of the match. And for me personally, I'll always keep the mat playing singles if I'm playing a team event and give it away.
I think we've noticed, in the team events, pairs, obviously it's only 3 bowls. You're not necessarily playing a length that you've rolled anyway, because your teammates, your leads rolled that jack for you if you're skipping, and triples, it's only 2 bowls, so it's not like you've got a whole lot of time to find that rhythm there, and making a correction with that last bowl can matter.
Yeah, definitely. Nathan will be looking to just come down and try and land Michael's bowl there. Or
yeah, I like that last bowl of Michael's, given how we know Nathan can play. Just got that position behind, straight down the line, forces Nathan to be perfect with his
pretty
weight.
close here.
Oh, very stiff. Gives himself a few options now, though.
Yeah, very, very unfortunate there. Just gets a little more of that bowl and he opens up the jack. Interesting to see what Michael plays here. He sort of wants to get another one thereabouts, but he doesn't want to make any target for Nathan to just whack.
Yeah, 2 schools of thoughts here. Stay away from it and leave a hole, or just try and tuck it around that corner and tighten it up. He's playing the backhand, which does surprise me a little bit.
He might be just hoping to sneak past Nathan's for third or fourth shot or get another bowl past.
He needs to clear. If he does, he's got an absolute seed.
Yeah, that is a good
home.
shot. Well played there by Michael, and it makes Nathan be a bit cautious of what amount and weight he plays there.
Doesn't want to lose his own bowl up the front there. Bring another one of Michael's in.
Didn't quite catch the call there from John Roberts. I think it might have only been one. So as much as Nathan will be wanting to get shot here, he won't want to be making that damage any worse.
Playing backhand, I think he's going to be swinging at his own bowl. See if he can turn Michael through the jack. Has the catches out on the left of screen when camera shows you that down the line angle. Misses underneath. We'll get the answer from John Roberts shortly. 2 shots it is to Michael Stevenson. Giving him a 6-2 lead early on here at the round of 32. Oh, final 32 at the Henselite Victorian Open. Mentally, how are you treating singles different to your other formats? Obviously, nice positive start here for Michael, 4-shot lead, but in that race to 21, it's a very different format.
Yeah, I think you've got to set yourself mini targets. So Michael's 6-2 now. He might be trying to get to 10 before Nathan gets to 5.
Yeah.
And get to 15 before he gets to 10. Just sort of set yourself those mini targets and try and tick them off. In singles, it doesn't matter how many ends you play. It's first to 21, so you just got to try and break it down so you're not looking at the end goal straight away from the start. You're setting yourself small goals to get to that point at the end of the match.
That's Michael's perspective. If you're Nathan here, similar ideas?
Yeah,
is it just chase him down and get to level first, or is it be within 2 by the time he gets to 10? What are you...
Yeah, just try and get back to square before he gets to 10, and then take it from there. If you're still 1 or 2 down, then try and hit the front. If you're back to square by the time he gets to 10, Nathan just wins the end here. He's back within 1 good end, really. As he started off with 2 pretty good shots there. Unfortunately, he's probably set a 3-bowl target up there for Michael.
3-bowl target, and he's got the bowls behind. Not likely the jack's going forwards here.
Just playing that arriving weight. He's cut the jack for a couple. That's a good shot. Played good weight there. That way if he missed, he sort of set himself another bowl past the jack.
Nathan Black looking at the backhand side here.
I think we might see a bit of weight again. Maybe looking for the 2 bowls or the kilt.
Calls both. Gets one of them.
A bit stiff he didn't get the jack or the other one as he called both. It's good hit. Got one out.
Speaking of good hits, Todd Trewarn has just killed one that's broken the side wall here. Jack went out of bounds in a hurry.
Got a couple runaway leaders early. Craig Mills 12-2 and Benny Hubber 14-3. Across the green, most of the other matches pretty tight. Only a couple of shots in them.
Yeah, I'm finding it very hard to stay focused on this game. One of my best mates is out there. Permit player for my club at the moment in the Ryan Bedgood Bailey Randall matchup. Unfortunately, they're not making it easy to keep track of, both of them using red and blue bowls.
Speaking of the permit system, how's that been received this year? Probably something that's been in place for a little while, but only become a little bit more noticeable this year.
Oh, there's been, obviously, with any decision you make in the game of bowls, there's people who are all for it and those that are against it. I've been a big fan, though. I think it's really good, particularly for some of those regional areas and strengthening the top of competitions and showing off our game as a marquee sport. You look at somewhere like a Melbourne Bowls Club and all of their boys that went and played in Bendigo and otherwise, and had the return players coming down here. It made the Metro competition better. It made the Bendigo competition better, seeing them both at the same time. Same story for somewhere like a Ryan gets to play his games for Ballarat on the Friday night, comes down, plays in Metro on the Saturday, gets the best of both worlds. You'd have experienced it yourself with Matty Flapper playing at Essendon, strengthening that throughout the year and still being able to represent his club and his roots on that on the next day as well.
Yeah, as you said, there's going to be pros to it and cons for it, and people that like it, people that don't. But overall, I think it was pretty well received, and those that utilised it, I don't think they had any complaints.
Well, it's one of those unique things about our game in that any player, and perfect example here at the Victorian Open, any player can enter and come up against an Australian player in Nathan Black, former Com Games medalist in Matt Flapper, state players here, there and everywhere. And if you're able to do that in your week-by-week club game, let alone in an event like the Vic Open, be it the singles or any other format, it's brilliant for exposure and for your own development as a player, if you're someone new to the game, to just see that side of things.
Yeah, definitely. It's like local tennis players aren't going to come up against Roger Federer or Rafael Nadal, where you come play the Vic Open and who knows, you might have been playing 3 weeks, you might have been playing 30 years.
Well, we've seen some giants fall throughout this event, plenty of good players not clearing their sections in one event or the other.
Yeah, I know that feeling. A couple of people asked us how we didn't win our section in the triples, and that's the beauty of the event. Anyone can beat anyone on the day. And Daniel Carroll certainly played very good against us and had the better of us in the triples.
He was playing with Jeff Van Voot and was it Dylan Morrison as the third?
Yeah, spot on.
Dylan Morrison still alive in the final 32 of the men's singles. Voot have been a handy player for a number of years. He ends up being my nemesis every year in the Eastern Rangers pairs. Knocked us off about 3 years in a row there.
It's funny how some people just seem to have the wood over others.
I think 2 of them have gone to extra ends as well. Another tight head here between Michael Stevenson and Nathan Black.
Going to be looking to set the bowl here. A little bit of Jack.
Ask for it to be kind. Doesn't want Jack to go the wrong way.
Oh, great shot, Nathan Black. And gets a round of applause from the crowd that's starting to build here at Traralgon. It'll be close to 80 people in here at the moment, and it's good to see.
He's made 2 and a measure out of that. Now, marker John Roberts has indicated.
Question on YouTube from Tom Downey. Can you see the Mitch Sidebottom score? Currently 7-3. Wonder if that's Tom Downey that played AFL for GWS.
Unforced error from Michael there. Needed to reach. Had the catcher if he poked that Jack through. Arena measure here. Nathan Black with a bowl in hand. If he happens to win that measure, it could be huge here if he can get a full count. Flip that margin very quickly.
As much as he wants to add another, he just doesn't want to overplay it marginally and sort of push the jack through that gap.
He can play a nice and safe wide draw to his bowl that's out at 5 o'clock as we'll look at it from the back angle on the camera. Gets to that and falls down off it.
It's not far away again. Just not going to quite have the legs. His track was good. He won't be too disappointed with that. It looks like 3 to me, but I could be wrong.
Michael Stevenson calling for the measure from our marker, John Roberts, straight away. A little bit of the illusion that always goes on when you've got one bowl on the running surface and another down flat.
Three it is. A good pick up there for Nathan. Just not that Michael was getting away from him too much, but just a nice one to get the mat, play his own length again. Still opting for a shorter length, but sort of playing to the tee rather than to the middle of the green here.
I'm wondering how much of that's got to do with the last few ends where we've seen those heads get nice and wide. Go back to that point where lines have been a little bit more up and down across the chalk. Craig Mills already out to a 16-4 lead in his matchup over Dean Andrew.
Great start, Nathan. Right on the front of the jack there, nearly.
That's what we're talking about in terms of not building any width to the target.
Pretty good response there from Michael. Didn't quite get the shot, but built the head up straight away.
Yeah, I've just seen someone walk outside who you're due to be playing with tomorrow. Annette Ruffle in the integrated pairs. Have you got clashes with that where you're still able to play or not?
No, so our pairs is on Sunday, so there's no clash. No clash there for me. As you said, playing with Annette. I think I've only met her once, so looking forward to that. Great initiative by Bowls Vic to add an integrated pairs to this event, along with expansion of the juniors.
Yes.
It's just pairs last year, I believe. It was singles this year as well, so great shot there.
Michael Stevenson.
It's been a fantastic game and we're only just getting started.
Of course, that integrated pairs event sees one para-classified bowler, be it intellectual disability, physical disability or vision impaired, playing with an able-bodied player. That able-bodied player leads. The para-bowler skipping. What that means is that there's no need to kick bowls if you're using a walker or anything like that. For the ID bowlers, they can take instruction for their teammate playing those skip shots. 24 entries in that comp for the first time running it, so it should be a wonderful day down here at Traralgon Bowls Club. The under 18 pairs event running as well tomorrow here. It's an open pairs, so teams of all boys, all girls, or a mix.
I had a quick look through that the other day. A few good pairs floating about. Singles is certainly wide open as well, along with the integrated pairs. Should be a good day out in the greens tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, 2 under-18s with Star in this event alone. Bailey Randall on the stream yesterday. Harry Coleman's had a big week as well. No doubt be 2 of the front runners in that under-18 singles event.
Yeah, definitely. We saw Harry on the live stream earlier in the week playing with the car shot. In the Premier League Grand Final about a month ago, he was probably arguably the best player on the rink.
I started playing at 14, and it's amazing to think how, what a bowl from Nathan Black.
A great
Sits
shot.
it through, makes a couple. It's amazing to think how good these kids are now.
And it's funny, I was having a conversation with one of the blokes in my section yesterday. He asked me how old I was. I told him I was 22 and asked how long I've been playing for, and he was gobsmacked when I said 14 years. But it seems to be the thing nowadays. More and more younger people are getting into the sport, and it's great to see.
Michael Stevenson will be interesting to see what weight he chooses to play here. Nice and wide target. Doesn't have the backest bowl on the rink, though, with Nathan Black owning the ditch.
Just playing that arriving weight that he seemed to opted for more throughout this game. Just going to hang high. A couple there to Nathan. Good conversion with his last bowl. And that ties us up at 7 apiece.
Five shots in 2 ends. Certainly helps Nathan Black's cause. Third of the way for both players on that journey to 21.
Pretty busy month for the Bowls Vic crew. Obviously the Vic Open and then Interstate Championships.
Yeah, flat out. I'm glad that I only need to be here. Troy and Sam, a hectic little travel schedule coming up. State champs into state under-18 champs. City Country's in the middle of that as well. Then go into Parastate champs. Champions of state pennant. Have about a 48-hour break, and then the Novice Carnival kicks off before the Over 60s Carnival. Of course, entries are open for both the Novice Carnival. That'll be played from 9th to 13th of May up in Shepparton. Entries are closing at the end of April for that one. And the Over 60s Carnival, 19th to 25th of May, with Club Barham, the host club for that event.
So we see Nathan switching sides. It's a pretty good switch. Just sneaking past the jack there. Millsy looks like he's potted the jack on his ring. He must be on 20, I would imagine then. First bowl, pot the jack. As we see Michael draw the shot there.
High standard of play here.
And bowls flying everywhere across the green. Bailey Randall's had a drive. Matty Flapper's had a drive. There's bowls going everywhere. A little bit fortunate there from Nathan, but yeah, good weight in the right area. Pretty good response from Michael. He's held on enough to sit Nathan's bowl for shot. That's a very good shot.
Once again, going to be weight critical for Nathan Black here. Can't afford to move that jack too far through with Michael Stevenson having the deepest bowl.
Nathan switching back across to the back end. Didn't look like he liked it out of the mitt. Just a fraction wide. Gives Michael a chance to draw another for a couple here.
Michael Stevenson staying on the forehand side here.
Good weight, he's going to count. How's his pace?
Needs to work hard.
Just a fraction shy. And one it is.
Through 10 ends. He's sitting with a one-shot margin. Michael Stevenson with the lead. Take this opportunity to thank a couple of our other our other sponsors for this Victorian Open. Victorian State Government, AM Sportswear, Green Line. We had those boys on for a chat the other day about the advancing technology in domes and development opportunities at clubs with more covered venues coming in all the time. Morwell McDonald's, of course, no doubt been very busy this week with all the bowlers on the road, travelling from venue to venue. And best of all, wearing the shirt today, Bowl for Your Lives boys as our charity partner. Started there from Michael.
And Bowl for Your Lives is a fantastic initiative, isn't it, Glenn? Just trying to break down the mental stigma. And what better way to do it than by playing a game of bowls?
Absolutely.
Shane Hafner, one of the major parts of that.
Brilliant human being. I had the privilege of playing against him in the pairs at the Vic Open last year. He and Buzz, Chris Burrell.
Yep. And Shane's a fantastic member for us down at Ocean Grove. He just loves playing bowls, and I think that's what he's trying to get across to everyone else, is just go out there, have fun. A little bit fortunate there from Nathan. It was a touch quick, but he set the bowl for shot. Good effort there from Michael, just on the outside.
Mason Black, no doubt wanting to change something up here.
Yeah, his best result's probably a little touch on the jack. Certainly in the mix.
One of those tendencies we see, the best players constantly wanting to change the head, move the jack, not leave it easy for their opponent.
Dead right. You don't want the same head to give good players multiple goes at the same shot. You want to try and keep changing it.
Craig Mills driving out the bowl of Dean Andrew on the rink over there. He is only one away from closing out that matchup.
I think that's it for him.
That's done it. So Craig Mills will progress through to the round of 16 as Michael Stevenson trails the jack down the hole there, just as we were talking about not wanting to leave that head the same.
Good shot there by Michael. Still Probably 18 inches of room for Nathan to draw the shot here.
Craig Mills will now play the winner of Todd Trewarn and Chris Bortignon. Todd Trewarn currently leading that matchup 13-4. The winner of this matchup will play the winner of Bailey Randall and Ryan Bedgegood. They're currently knotted up at 10 shots apiece. Oh no, Bailey's just added one to go 11-10 into the lead there.
Has he got enough, Nathan? He's played the right line.
I think so, but we'll just wait for confirmation. No.
One to Michael.
Deceptive angles from the camera there. Extends that lead back out to 2 shots. Going through those results across the green, David Ashby trails Mitch Sidebottom 4 shots to 9. Matt Flapper is now down 10-12 against Corey Davey. A good fight back from Corey there. Ben Hubber going to work with a 17-4 lead over Gareth Drusco in the last rink. They've only just gotten underway after some travel from one venue to the other. Mark Pozza leads Will Anger 1-0.
Yeah, good shot there from Nathan. Back touch up. Michael just passed with his first and just shy with his next. Nathan will be looking to make him pay here. Draw another one right near the jack and put a little bit of pressure on Michael, who's won the last couple of ends. As we see a change of hands here from Michael.
That last ball of Nathan's probably blocking the clean line into Nathan's bowl or jack. He's played it well.
As much as he hasn't got shot there, he's made the head a lot better for himself.
Two bowls past it that he can trail to, or he can land the bowl clean and sit now.
Just urging it on that last little bit is Nathan. He wants to clear his own. And he's done so. That's a good shot. However, it does create a little bit of target for Michael to play into.
Just weighing up which hand he plays here. Be able to choose his weight realistically if he decides the forehand. If he goes the backhand, it's probably bigger trying to get the split off both. Thing is for sure though, I doubt he will be shy.
Just playing that arriving wave. He hasn't really played a lot of bigger weight. Certainly in the area.
Looking for no hole.
A little bit.
Chips one out.
A little bit stiff. Still might be a couple. And it's indicated as 2 by our marker, John Roberts there.
Dean Andrews has already gone down. Craig Mills winning that one comprehensively. He's through to the next round to play the winner of Todd Trewarn and Chris Bortignon. to be unders here. Gives the frustrated clap of the hands as he walks by the commentary desk.
Be a little bit disappointed with that. In games like this, you kind of want to add those last shots in when you've got last bowl.
Goes against the high standard we've seen from both players so far as well.
So it is, gets us back to 9 apiece. How have you found the numbers tuning in this week, Glenn?
I haven't had too much of a look at it. I believe they've been fairly good as we've gone in and out. Looks like we've got 1,700 online at the moment.
Oh, that's good numbers.
Of course, we will be streaming every final from this Victorian Open over the next couple of days. Finals weekend down here at Traralgon. It's going to be the place to be. All the options you could look for. The coffee cart outside going busy. The barbecue out there with some of the best egg and bacon rolls you will ever have of a morning before a game. Got the bistro here. Hence a lot of setup there stall. AM Sportswear. Been busy all week long. Wonderful staff and volunteers down here at Traralgon Bowls Club, one of our 2 host venues alongside Morwell Bowls Club.
Have you been out and had a look at Morwell Bowls Club? Obviously, the heartbreak that they had of the fire, but to turn their club into a makeshift club, they've done a fantastic effort out there.
I've not had the opportunity this week. I've mostly been here. Had a little trip down to Warragul the other day for the supporter event to help them get it set up there, and that's a lovely little spot of the world. Gorgeous little location surrounding their greens.
Yeah, there's a lot of little clubs within the region that have obviously done a fantastic job throughout this event.
I was lucky enough to play my pairs at Churchill on their carpet. It's one of the newest bowls clubs in Victoria.
Right.
They're, built after they shut down one of the power stations in Churchill. Brilliant hospitality down there for a small one green club. Of course, we're using 18 different host clubs across this Victorian Open, and we thank all of those host clubs and the volunteers that make an event like this happen. Nathan Black sitting that bowl with wonderful pace, hangs around. But Michael Stevenston still has the one from the look of things. He's got 2 left. I'd imagine he'll be playing that forehand side. Can sit Nathan Black's bowl if he's a little bit tight. Turns his own through the jack for a couple.
Yeah, certainly got a licence to reach, even though he's got the shot. Try and sit the bowl, move the jack, as you say. He's in the area. Just going to drop under. He's really played dead weight there.
Scotty Magina making a comment on your bowler's tan. It's one I'm envious of. If you can't go through a bowl season and look like you're still wearing socks when you take your shoes off, what are you doing? Of course, for all those at home, please do slip slop so that. Be responsible in the sun. Golfers and bowlers can tell them from a mile away when they're wearing their sandals and thongs.
Yeah, sure can. Couldn't have got any closer to that without hitting it. It's a pretty good shot there.
Well, Stevenson can probably afford to play this with a bit of freedom, don't you think, Tyce? He can get his own through. If he sits either of Nathan Black's bowls on either side, it can't go too wrong, I wouldn't have thought. Chance to make 3 if he gets his own through the jack and follows.
I think JR's just indicated that he's one down. It must be that wide right one as we look at it from the left of, look at it from the screen.
Yeah, 3 o'clock on the clock face if you're watching at home.
No, he's just put the paddle up for one to Michael. Just made a fool out of me.
Does he take the risk and play the shot anyway, given it's the chance to make that number, or it looks a conservative weight?
Still a chance to draw another.
Looks a very conservative weight.
Just happy to win the end, get another end on the board, play his own length.
Nathan calling for the measure though. No, it's tight when they're going for the calipers.
One to Michael it is, as he regains the lead. As we see Joey tuning in on a former Grover, now joined the Bombers. One of the biggest characters you will ever meet is Joey, but a fantastic bloke. Good to see you tuning in, along with all of our other viewers. As we see Michael on the right track, just sneaking past the jack there. As we see Ben Hupper finish up across the green. He's through to the next round.
We'll play the winner of the matchup that was the late starter here. That was Willanger against Mark Pozza. Is that 7-zip?
Looks like it.
The way of Mark Pozza.
Corey Davey, I should say, has jumped out to a little slight lead over Matty over there. 13-15 Corey's way. Mitchie side bottom. About 5 shots up, 10-5 over there. Over Dave Ashby. And Bailey Randall's moved out to a bit of a lead over Ryan Bedgegood, 14-10. And Todd Jawan currently leads 13-9 over Chris Boardingyong, I'm going to say.
I think there's been a few of us in the box trying to guess on that one throughout the week.
Nathan will be looking for just a slight touch here of the jack. He's got one.
Chance to make 3 if he does get onto the backside of that jack.
And just tidies it up a little bit. Makes it harder for Michael to get shot. Just running out of legs there.
An annoying spot. Forces Michael's hand.
Interesting to see if he chooses to play this a little bit quicker. Tries to get the jack out of there.
We've noted throughout this week that when playing weight, 3 to 4 feet seems to be really reliable. It's not too far from the draw. Much more than that, it's really hard to pick that line of when they're going to drop in time. And that's the point on this ditch hand. And that's the point at which you decide, well, do you go significantly bigger and try and take something clean?
expecting to arrive with that 3 to 4 feet, as you said.
He's played the weight nicely, makes contact.
That's stiff. That is a good shot. Unfortunately for Michael, looks like he's a couple down.
Bit of an exasperated sigh as he walks past the box, hand on hips. A bit of frustration, and rightly so, for playing that so nicely to get nothing from it.
Can be a cruel game at times. Sometimes you can miss by 4 feet. You get lucky and get a wick. Other times you can hit what you want to try and hit and get bugger all result.
That's where my love-hate relationship with this game begins. Nathan Black now with a free hit, trying to draw the third. Just needs to navigate that bowl of Michael Stevenson's. He's not going to. Good weight means it won't punish him. Two shots and we'll see a lead change here as we cross the halfway mark of this contest.
A few commenting on how high the standard of this game is, and you did right. It has been a fantastic matchup. Shots changing multiple times in an end on multiple ends is what we want to see as viewers. And the two boys out there are certainly putting on a show for us. As we see Nathan jump on the front of the jack. That first bowl pressure we talked about earlier. His first bowl was probably lifted a fraction the last couple of ends.
Yeah, and now got 2 of the last 3 ends. And his last 4 scores have all been more than 1. Michael Stevenson's last 3 scores have all been singles, and that's where that margin's changed.
What a response, though, from Michael.
Michael did have a 7-2 lead not all that long ago. It's been a 9-3 run, the favour of Nathan Black since then.
Just a fraction tight there from Nathan. Still another good shot though.
Michael Stevenson on the hand change here. Not going to get down to that centre line. Nice weight to sit that Nathan Black bowl though.
He won't be too disappointed with that. Gets him a bowl past the jack.
And again, it's playing that weight that sticks with the theme we've noted throughout the day, needing to change heads, because we don't want to give players of such high calibre multiple shots or multiple attempts at playing the shots that are there.
Good effort there by Nathan. Just snuck through the hole. Michael will be looking to add another bowl into his head.
On the hand change again here, which does surprise me a little bit.
Just opting to get past. Although he doesn't look like he was really impressed with that. I don't know that he was trying to do that. What?
All I can think is that he might have been trying to turn Nathan's through his own, get it down through Jack, and close that gap up.
Yeah, not too sure, but gives Nathan another chance at this. Chance to land the bowl for 3 through the hole.
Todd Trewarn leading Chris Bortignon 16-9 with another close 3 at the moment. We've seen all sorts of haymaker drives thrown the last few ends. Nathan Black here. Wants the bowl clean.
Got a little bit of the jack, but still makes a couple at least.
Big opening for Michael Stevenson though. He's got the 3 in catching position. will have a nice window to try and play down and trail that jack. 3 feet of movement down the line would make 4. Even 2 feet may be enough.
Yeah, and play the weight that if he lands a bowl, still going to get shot. As we see Todd pick up that 3 on the rink next door to put him to 19-9. 1 end away potentially from checking out there.
If Todd does manage to hold on and win that game, he'll face Craig Mills in the round of 16.
Looking a fraction wide. Chance
But
off the
he's got
wide
the
one.
shelf down the front. Turns it over. Not far enough though. It will be another 2. The run of numbers for Nathan Black continues. He's won 5 of the last 8 ends for 11 of his 13 shots.
Yeah, certainly got the momentum at the moment.
What are you doing here if you're Michael Stevenson to arrest that?
Yeah, just got to try and win an end and reset. Win the next end.
He's not particularly doing anything wrong there. You know, played a good bowl with his last one, just missed out by half a bowl here or there. So
yeah, he's played a lot of good shots. Just at the moment, for Michael's sake, he's just been slightly outplayed by Nathan. He's not doing a lot wrong himself, as you said.
one of those things that you note for the player at home, that you can be getting beaten and still playing well.
Definitely.
That's what Steve-O's doing here.
It's a pretty good start, and that's a good way to try and wrestle that momentum back, is put the bowls in early in the end and put the pressure on.
A lot of players see those momentum swings against us and start getting down on themselves. Oh, I've got to do more, I've got to do whatever else. Well, no, what you're doing is perfectly fine. You've got no control over what your opponent's doing.
The big cheese, Matty Flapper, let it drive a couple of rinks over, taking all of Corey Davies' bowls off the green, and hold on to 3 himself.
Tightens that one up to 16-17.
As we see Michael sneak past Nathan's front bowl, hold a couple.
Ryan Bedgood appears to be holding a couple of close ones in that matchup. Bailey Randall driving, asks for the kill, and it does. Of course, the winner of that matchup will play the winner of this string game. Bailey currently leading 17-10.
A little bit disappointed with that one, Nathan. Just a fraction wide.
It's the kind of let-off that Michael Stevenson's been looking for.
It's important that he adds another one here without making the target any bigger.
He's been at home on this forehand side in this direction in recent ends. Decided to make that flip over. Doesn't widen the target at all.
Yeah, very good shot.
Does, however, give Nathan 2 options to land on if he is outside a jack line. Searching weight. Needs to hold past his own at the front. If he gets it up, it may flop in. Wait for John Roberts to let us know. Indicating just the 1 and a measure. I'd imagine it's the last bowl of Michael's that's not in. Probably ran through just a touch too far since Nathan's turned his own bowl up.
Switching to the backhand.
Yeah, a little bit of movement here if he turns his own front bowl over. Chance to make 4.
All down to weight now.
He's underneath on the line. Taking the one out.
Looks like 2 on our camera angle, but obviously he's pretty close.
All right, if you're Michael Stevenson here, you've got the mat back. What are you doing? How are you mixing it up, or are you just reverting to what you were trying to do earlier?
Oh, you probably just got to back yourself in to play to your strength. However, we've seen Nathan. It might still be 3. It is.
Wasn't expecting to see that as a result.
It's a handy pick up there for Michael.
That's the biggest score for Michael of this match too. Mostly been doing it in ones. Scored 2 2s in there. Gets us back to all square.
It's interesting that no player has really sort of seemed to play that longer end. It's all relatively sort of been that medium to shorter length. Obviously both players are comfortable with the mat up a little bit away from the tee and sort of jack towards the middle of the green or down towards the tee. As we see a good start there from Michael. Just sitting jack eye. Nathan looking for it to just hold on a fraction. Just under the line. Probably wanted another foot of weight as well. Good shot there from Michael, just sneaking past. Any bowl past the jack when you got one jack eye is a good shot.
Absolutely. Nathan Black switching to the backhand now. Obviously doesn't want to trail it down that line to Michael's last bowl. And plays the other hand, can trail it and stay with it himself or sit the bowl underneath.
Just under the line again slightly.
Wonderful pace control. Just skirt his own bowl and not widen the target, he'll be happy.
Good shot, Michael. He
Does make it 2 bowls wide.
Just snuck past enough, though, that if he hits that bowl, it's not going to go through the other 2. As we see Nathan play it a little bit quicker.
Good line for Jack. All both clean. Gets one of them. Gets both of them and will do enough for the one. Just gets that second one with the extra flicker as he rolled by, as we saw on the replay there. Thank you to Josh.
Looks like he's done enough there, Michael.
Put it straight back.
A couple of people in the comments with some interesting choice of words, saying that this is ordinary bowling. I don't know what they're watching. This is bloody good.
Jade Hipworth's name nailed it. If this is ordinary bowling, I wish I played ordinary.
If I'd have played this ordinary today, I might have won.
Wait again, not far from the shot bowl.
He's got the shot bowl out. It's a good shot.
Get another one out of it. And with that, you're doing such a good job, Tyson. I'm going to leave you on here, and I'm going to welcome back Matatobre to bring you home for the end of this matchup. Round 32 action from the 2025 Henselite Victorian Open.
Welcome, Matty. Good to see you, mate.
Afternoon, Tice. What are you doing here?
Watching some very high quality bowls right now because I didn't play enough of them myself.
Well, I know how that feels. Have you reviewed your game? Worked out where you went wrong?
I know exactly where I went wrong. Didn't get enough close bowls to that little white thing.
Yeah, let's not overcomplicate it.
No, I played against Mick Kennedy from St Leonard's, who is also down my way down near Ocean Grove.
Yep.
And Mick played very good, deserved the win. Before he come across Matty Flapper, who was in red-hot form. Interesting situation. I think the boys are just
asking a
questioning
question
the
with
score.
The scoreboard's right. Yep, so that matches our scoreboard. No, it doesn't. The other way. So it should be Nathan 14, Michael 13.
As we see Todd Trewarn win his match on the ring next door, 21-11 over
Yeah, he's
Chris
bowling really well, isn't
He sure is. Still alive in the mixed pairs, I believe, and obviously still going strong here in the singles.
I haven't watched enough of this game, Ty, so I'll put my hand up. Tell me what's been happening.
It's been pretty sort of backwards and forwards. Michael got out to a little bit of an early lead before Nathan sort of fought back and hit the front himself. And then we sort of went 7-all, 9-all, and back to 13-14 now with Nathan one in front. It's certainly been a very high standard game of bowls, and one I'm sure the viewers tuning in will be loving.
Yep, got one more to come today before we get into the finals day tomorrow. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's a great concept, having all those finals or semi-finals over the 2 days.
Yeah, no, it should be a big couple of days ahead.
We're still alive with Pidge.
Still alive with Pidge in the pairs, that's correct.
Yep. Did very well in the mixed pairs, I thought, Tice.
Yeah, we played good. Young Marley was pretty good. She carried me for a couple of days before we got beaten on the final bowl by Maddie Robertson.
I saw that video.
Extra end.
You tried not to watch that?
Probably watched it a couple times too many and almost cried myself to sleep, I think. But
yeah, I watched it a few times. Yeah, we'll stop talking about Tice.
Sometimes you just got to admire a good shot by the opposition and just say, you were too good.
Yep, definitely.
As we see, Matty Flapper's also finished his game against Corey Davey. I think that was a 21-17 scoreline in the end.
Yep, saw Matty just patting Corey on the back, saying good game.
As we see, a good shot there from Michael.
Yep.
We might see Nathan play a little bit of weight again.
Yeah, he's got that good option right at the back, hasn't he?
Jack in the pits, couple. I don't think he can get the bowl out clean, but he can certainly rattle a few things around there if he connects on the front one. He's generally a pretty attacking sort of player, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see him try and pot the jack here.
Let's see if he follows your call, Tice.
Looks like he's lining up that way, Matty.
Yeah, it's a little bit over.
He looks
Not
marginally
full.
tight,
Is
but
he
he's a
close?
chance through the front one.
Oh,
Got the bowl through the jack. So he might be a little bit Unfortunate that he might be still one down here as we see the jack spring out to the side.
He's definitely going to be one down. I wonder does Michael have third?
No, I'd say Nathan's
No.
got second and third. Michael,
Just drop.
if he's got shot, just be looking to draw another one. Plenty of room for a player of his calibre, the way he's playing.
Very capable draw bowler.
You'll back him in to get this.
Yeah, it's on its way. Pretty close to us.
He does want to move that jack. That's a good shot, Michael Stevenson. And that's
two.
a couple, which sees him regain the lead, 15-14.
You're in favour of the dead ends apply
Yeah,
change?
I like the dead ends.
Well, you've got a pretty big drive, so I'm sure you'd like that.
No, dead ends, I think are a good idea. Just adds another shot to the game. If you're not liking how the head's looking, you can sort of reset.
Yeah, it rewards the person going for that drive, and instead of respotting, which is a completely different game, isn't it, Tice?
It sure is, but still got the 2.25 hour time limit. I don't think there would have been too many games pushed past that. There would have been a couple, but not a whole heap.
We had a couple in sectional that got timed out.
Is that because of dead ends, or is that because of slow players?
Amazing draw bowling. There was a cracking game between Luke Lamont and Mark Armstrong.
Yeah, that was on the stream yesterday afternoon. That was a fantastic game.
We actually had a couple that got timed out, and because it's sectional, they ended up on a draw.
I did see that flicking through the results. It was an 18-all draw, I think.
Yeah.
Which wouldn't happen too often.
No.
There's an easy way to fix that. Let's just bowl a little bit quicker. See Nathan looking just for another 6 inches on his last.
Yeah, it's looking like a good way to bowl.
Nathan. That's a great shot.
All in a line too.
Goes to show the standard of these players that they're dialed in now. They're hitting that centre line. Michael looks to be just on the draw still. It's not a mile away here. Is it enough?
Oh, let's see what Johnny Roberts gives us. I don't think it is, Tice.
No, indicates one to Nathan.
It's actually a little bit hard to see for the players with that sunlight coming in, the paddle that's up. We had that in the other game.
Just looking to lift his up and over on the draw. Sneak past his chance to can as well. Just hasn't quite chucked it. And so Michael will be looking for something similar on the other side. Up and over his, potentially just sneak past and
Yeah, I think
sit
the
shot
sneak
bowl.
pass would be a good one for him.
As we see Michael coming in, I don't think he's going to quite get back.
He's trying, Tice. He's trying. Oh, that was a great weight.
Fantastic effort. Couldn't have played it much better, really.
Still think that option there for Nathan?
I
At
don't
his
think.
own, or does he change over?
I don't think there's much else on. If he changes over and lifts Michael's one roll, he's one down. At this point of the game, he'll be as much as he wants to. He'll be pretty happy to get one and not give the shot away. All down to pace now. Good line once again, just shy. As I said, probably pretty happy to take one.
Yep, one it is.
Just a quick update across the green. Looks like we've got Bailey Randall with an 18-12 lead over Ryan Bedgegood, and I think he's currently holding 3. So
Yeah, he is.
he's in the checkout zone for sure. Mitchie side bottom is 15-7 up over Dave Ashby. And I think Mark Pozza, hope that's how you pronounce it, is 17-2 up over Will Ainger.
Yeah, we had Bowlslink incorrect there before. That's been fixed. Will Ainger.
Will Ainger was playing out at Newborough earlier in the day, along with Mark. So they've made the track across.
Oh, I think Bailey's just made himself. Bailey Randall's just got a ticket to the next round.
As we see Nathan switch over to the forehand. We're looking to just arrive. Just marginally under the line, but fantastic weight. Michael will be looking to put the pressure on. Add another one in here. Oh, turn his bowl past, move the jack.
Oh, you think he's on the jack, Tice? Oh, just grabs it on the way past.
That's not the worst though. It creates a little bit of a gap. Makes Nathan's next shot a little bit harder and gives him a touch of past the jack. How's the event gone so far from a Bowls Vic point of view, Matty?
Oh, look, I always loved the Vic Open. I think this one is doing a great job. A lot of different moving parts, as you would know, Tice. You know, fixturing and umpires and all that. But yeah, pretty happy. Just looking forward to tomorrow and Sunday, I think.
Yeah, no, some big finals, integrated pairs, under 18s as well.
Yeah, that's a good addition tomorrow. So, Traralgon Bowls Club, amazing host club, will be pumping tomorrow. Under 18 event, you're playing the integrated?
I am playing the integrated with
one of my teammates.
Annette Ruffle, yep, one of your club mates.
Yeah, I think that's a great addition to the program.
Yeah, if there's space, why not? Certainly. I
also like the idea of changing the under 18 slightly instead of just having a pairs sectional comp.
Yeah, the addition of the singles, that's been pretty well received. Looking at entries, there's a few players playing in those events, which is good. The future of our sport.
Yeah, well, that's where you came from, Tice, wasn't it?
Yeah, got to start somewhere, Matty.
I remember seeing you at the Team Vic, all the school sports comp we had up at Tweed Heads.
Yeah, a little while ago now, but
it was. Yeah. Just a reminder for all our under 18s, the Team Vic registrations close tomorrow. This year, Michael puts down his last bowl. How's he looking, Tice?
Speed looks good. Is he going to get back enough?
He's trying.
I think it might only be the one. He might have done enough there, Matty.
Yeah.
John's pretty certain that it's only one, but we'll have a look for the second here.
One it is.
One it is. And that takes Michael to a one-shot lead. And needing a 5 to Nathan's 6.
Yeah, so Team Vic is an initiative from School Sport Victoria, available to all our under-18s who are at school. It's an opportunity to make another state team. Last year we competed in City of Geelong.
Yeah,
You were down there doing a masterclass, which was fantastic. Finally, we got 5 states on board, which was fantastic. So it's a School Sport Australia Championship. This year we are at Pine Rivers, Tice.
Up in Brisbane.
Yes.
Very good.
So registration's closed tomorrow. Our state trial is on the 7th of April at Sunbury.
It's fantastic to see that event's grown.
Yeah, there was a real danger of that event getting stopped because of not enough states, and last year we got the 5, so another opportunity for our under-18s, especially the ones who don't make our state team, Tice.
Yeah, definitely.
Can experience what state bowls is like.
It's a fantastic opportunity.
Jump onto our socials, you'll see a flyer that explains all of it.
As we see, Michael chuck another one in here. Just
So
upping
good
his
on the
game
draw,
a
isn't
little
it?
bit the last couple of ends.
Surprised Glenn's not starting this one. He did the last.
Nathan play a bit of weight here by the look of things. Get a couple of the bowls out, kill the end, start again.
Tice.
He calls both. He's probably done enough for shot. The way Michael's drawing, you back him in to put it back. I think that might be it on our far rank. I think Mark Pozza has had a commanding victory over there. Maybe not. I don't know what they're doing actually.
They're measuring, I think. The scores are 17-2 in favour of Mark.
1 to Nathan. Has he got enough? Not quite, I don't think. The way Michael's going, do you reckon he'll back himself to draw this or take the chance to play the 2 bowls out?
Yeah, I haven't seen enough of Michael's game. I know he can do it. I just think he'll draw or even get a toucher on the jack, push it back a bit.
Yeah, he's drawing really well. I'll probably back him to draw this. Even if he's tight, lifts his front one over or touches that jack, as you say. Certainly in the mix.
No, if he's got the wheels, Tice.
Just needs a clear run. No, you're right, Matty. Just lacked that couple of feet. And Nathan's got a chance here to bang another one in there and take back that lead.
Damien DeFlorio telling us the pos is a smoky.
Well, the pos is 20-2 up
And has
as
a
a
front
front
toucher.
noser. Interesting to see that Nathan's playing his hand. There's not a lot of risk if he's got the right weight. He played good speed, so he didn't have the risk of turning Michael's bowl over shot, but
Makes it 16 all, Tice.
Yep, 16 all. Neither player quite in the checkout zone yet, but there will be somebody after this end. Which, when you get to the checkout zone, sometimes they're the hardest ones to get.
Yeah, you start to tense up a little bit. And
speaking of checkout zones, Mitchy Sidebottom, he's in the checkout zone over on his game, 18-9 up over Dave Ashby.
starter here from Nathan.
Sammy Rogers wandering into the commentary box, thinking he owns the joint. As we see, good start there from both players. Nathan's bowled Jack high and Michael just slipping past. Craig Mills in the background there. Won through his game against Dean Andrew. And he will take on Todd Shawarn.
Oh, that's going to be a cracker, Tice.
Sure.
Who else are we looking at in the next round?
Now, I'm not sure what the go is out at Sale, but Matt Flapper will take on the winner of Mitch Sidebottom, Dave Ashby. As Mitch Sidebottom gets another one on the board, which takes him to 2 shots away from claiming victory over there. And Benny Hubber will likely take on Mark Pozza, who is 20-2 up and currently holding a couple of shots over on the furthest rink from us.
Winner of this game to play Bailey Randall, who's already checked out.
Nathan would have been hoping to just drop inside that back bowl there of Michael, but he won't be too disappointed with where he's finished up. Michael looks pretty good here. Up and over on his own. Oh, just not quite enough to tip it over. Our marker, Johnny Roberts, indicates 1 to Nathan.
Chance to get on this jack, make it 2.
Just needs to hold
How's
on.
he looking, Tice?
I think he's fraction tight. His weight was probably good enough to count. Probably not enough to get to the jack, but would have been good enough to count.
Michael just looked to get that jack back a little bit to make 2.
Yeah, be confident draw down on his forehand.
Don't know if he can get to Nathan's shot bowl.
Draw the shot and touches a bonus. He's asking for it to turn. Just not going to quite get back with that speed. 1 it is to Nathan. That puts him within a full count of checking out of this match. However, I think we got a little bit more time than just one more end left in us here, Matty.
I think so. I think we're going again on that Mitch Sidebottom, David Ashby rink. Dead end to be replayed.
Is there any results in yet from Sale? Do you have
No.
Not yet.
Not yet, unfortunately. Some great matches out there, though.
Sure is. We went through that with Glenn a little bit earlier in the
Your
piece.
mate,
Yep.
Brad Pavey, playing Ray Jansen.
2023 champion.
Michael Funk, playing your team mate, Brett Marnie.
Yep. A lot of good matches, as we
Matt
said.
Curter still going deep in
Yeah.
the singles.
Good shot there from Michael Stevenson.
Matty O had a good win. Seems to be the same people going deep in the singles, Tice.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Look at the names, and they're the ones we sort of saw last year.
Good shot, Nathan. Just tipped Michael out of the front of the jack there and sat in for shot himself. But you're right, Matty. Certainly plenty of good players that consistently go deep in these events. It's probably what you'd expect, but as always, there's a few fresh faces floating around the mark as well, which is good for our game. Mickey West just tuned in the comments saying Brad won and Pidge won.
Thanks,
And they
Mickey.
play each other next.
Oh, wow.
Mickey West, I would imagine, would be one of your regulars in the live streams.
Yeah, he always normally gives us some tips. I haven't seen any of Mick's tips this year.
Loves the live stream, does Mickey West. Doesn't mind sitting out in the shed, getting away from his Mrs. Tanya. I think Westie's prediction was Thor.
Okay.
As we see Michael with that controlled weight again. Hasn't really opted to
Yeah.
play bigger weight throughout the game, but
Oh, he's just under again.
still only a couple. Nathan will be looking to add another one here. And
Well, I was just going to ask you that, Tice. If you're Nathan, what are you doing?
if he does, it puts the pressure on Michael because he's got to be a little bit careful with what weight he chooses to then play because takes both his own bowls out. Suddenly it's game over. Looks like he's playing the
Get behind.
conservative shot to get past, but I don't know that he's quite chucked it.
He has it.
Michael can play a good shot here and trail the jack for a couple. Regain the lead potentially.
Does he play? I have to be quiet because he's right next to us. Does he play his forehand, Tice, just to get that jack through to his other two?
Well, either way, it's fraught with danger a little bit. He's only 2 down. He doesn't want to make it 3, which then leaves Nathan only 1. But at this point of the game, you got to try and win the game yourself too.
Yeah, he's played the forehand. He's a little bit high. Oh,
A little bit stiff, but
3 it is. Not happy with himself.
we see Matt up, pot the jack.
Yes, we did see that from Nathan's teammate, Craig Mills, next door.
Well, the mat is certainly up.
And
However-
the jack's on the tee.
Be interesting to see whether he goes first bowl or whether he just tries to draw and then if there's anything close, then tries to play the shot.
All right, here we go.
He's running it in.
Yep, you're spot on, Tice.
Looks just under.
Oh,
It's a good attempt. I'd like to know percentages of how often that is done, how often it works.
how
As
often?
exciting as it is for us to watch, I doubt that the percentage would be too high. However, it's something that I probably would try and do myself.
I know you would.
As we see, a good start there from Michael. And he's just covered
Oh,
enough
he
of the
has
jack.
covered it
too.
too. Yeah, I thought that was going to sit right next to it.
Dave Ashby's won his end across the green there. which keeps him alive.
Nathan going back to the draw.
Still looking to arrive, though. He's very close.
Oh, he is close.
Has he got the jack?
Oh, he has.
Still might be one down, though. It's a good shot.
He is. Good call, Tice.
Michael just asking
Michael's
JR
was a
couple of
toucher,
questions.
wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Both bowls on the green are touches. Just asking a couple of questions, weighing up the head, see what's going on. I think he might have just lost it. I think he was trying to get past, but Nathan trying to draw the shot in the back end here. Is he going to get back? Not quite. Still another good bowl though.
Yeah, it's in a good home.
Michael will be wanting something around the mark here. Is he going to drop inside that back one? No, not quite. I think we might see Nathan switch back to his forehand and try and land Michael's bowl out. If he's a touch wide, half his own back to the jack potentially. Just with that sort of just reaching the ditch sort of weight.
Good call, Tice.
He was so close to drawing his last that he could still play the backhand, but he's probably got more options playing the forehand.
No, you've picked it. He's lining up forehand. That's the weight you talked about, Tice.
It's close.
He's chasing it.
Just gonna duck under. As we see Mitch side bottom progress through over Dave Ashby.
Or does he?
No, he does. That was Dave missed his shot and threw Mitch's bowl down the green. We'll see Mitch side bottom take on
Matty Flapper.
Matty Flapper. And Ben Hubber will take on Mark Bozza.
I wonder if we see that on the live stream.
Yeah, it'd be pretty good match to live stream.
You might have to stay on, Tice.
Just not going to quite get back. Great weight there from Michael.
Okay. Michael gets the one, stays in the game.
Keeps him alive. And now he's in check-out zone himself. Needs a full count, but he's possible.
How do you think that jack in the ditch went for Nathan?
Well, he didn't win the end, did he? But
It's close.
quarter of a bowl wider, he probably gets it. So I thought he might have just tried to draw his first and then
Have a go at it.
if Michael got something close, then sort of play that shot. But he backed himself in and, as we saw, missed by the barest margins.
Well, allows Michael to get his first bowl pretty close.
We might see him go here, get the bowl out, get the jack in the ditch. No, he's sticking to the draw. Can afford to arrive, which it looks like he has. He's got the jack. Just
He
under.
hasn't. Good weight.
Interesting to see Michael played a good run with his first on the forehand and
Straight to the change on the backhand.
he'll be looking to tuck that jack around the corner.
We'll get to Nathan's bowl.
Yeah, good shot there by Michael. Well played. This game is well and truly still alive. Michael asking the question to Nathan. If he's thrown it, he's probably shot. Unfortunately for Nathan, he hasn't thrown it.
Michael doesn't waste any time. Back on the backhand again.
Yeah, draws another one here, and
The pressure's on.
big time. Has
Is
he
it
got
the
enough?
weight?
He's got enough to count. That's good shots.
What's Nathan do, Tice?
He's going to back himself to draw the shot, I think. Too much room for a player of his calibre. No,
No, he's going to runner on the back.
he's close
How's
to
he
the
looking?
jack.
How's he looking, Tice? Tice! Oh,
Beat that and play fair, he says. Michael's probably got
he's holding game.
Probably.
After 3 down.
Probably got to get within probably 8 inches of the ditch here. Nathan's bowl's probably just over a foot, but with that lip of the ditch, he's probably got to get right to the plinth here. Fantastic shot, Nathan Black, though. Why would you draw a shot when you can do that?
Still haven't worked out whether he's going weight or draw, Nathan, but geez, that was a great shot. Michael, how's he looking, Tice? To get shot back.
He's given it a good effort, but not quite enough.
Shaking hands.
Fantastic game from Nathan Black and Michael Stevenson. If you haven't enjoyed that at home, there's something wrong with you.
Well said, Tice. Great commentary, mate.
There's Nathan Black wanders back past our commentary box.
All right, viewers, stay tuned on the socials. We'll let you know who that live stream match will be. We're looking probably at 5 o'clock, I'd say.
No, thank you very much,
Tice,
Matteo.
absolute pleasure to have you in the commentary, bud. You see the game very well and play it too.
Cheers, mate. Take
See
care.
you, mate. Bye.
My Henslite bowls have helped me achieve my greatest dreams, one of the most special being a gold medal at the Commonwealth Games. No matter where I am in the world, my Henslite bowls suit any surface and feel comfortable in the hand.
The Traralgon Bowls Club. Amazing food for you and your family. Function rooms for celebrating with your friends. Corporate spaces for meetings and conferences. With special benefits for members, visit us today at the Traralgon Bowls Club. More than just a bowls club.
The Moama Bowling Club is your place for fun and food. Come and try bowls and make new friends. Have coffee or bring the family for lunch or dinner. The Moama Bowling Club. Visit us today on Hazelwood Road.